Whoa! Check it out! Our patrons completely filled my room with emeralds!
Cool. Mail's here.
Looks like we're gonna have to build a third bedroom.
Am I gonna be an uncle?
Shut up.
Analysis of the NBT data revealed that cows were by far the most represented in the server's increased entity count.
Hi there, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm here for my son's appointment with Dr. Strauss.
Oh, did you get the email we sent last month? Dr. Strauss isn't with us anymore. You've been assigned a new primary caregiver.
What? Okay. Who's our new primary caregiver?
Let's see. Your new primary caregiver is... an expired sapient gelatin dessert wearing a head mirror and stethoscope.
Timmy, I'm ready to see you now.
And we're going to Fort Embermore on vacation this fall, so I was hoping we could get his wither shot today.
Wither shot? Trust me, ma'am, you don't want your son getting one of those. The wither vaccine has been linked to this server's recent Noobism epidemic.
Noobism? What's Noobism?
It's a terrible disease that manifests as noobish behavior and an inability to reach pro capacity. Those afflicted with Noobism will never build redstone circuits. They'll never MLD water clutch or build a replica of the Golden Gate Bridge. And worst of all, they'll never pay medical bills.
That's terrible!
It certainly is. I've experienced the hardship Noobism can inflict upon a family firsthand. My son, Arthur Franklin, stands completely motionless for hours at a time, not reacting or responding to anything.
That's awful! Why haven't I heard about this before?
The potion industry is suppressing awareness of the Noobism link to prevent it from hurting their sales, while also creating demand for their expensive, ineffective Noobism treatments. Big Posha spends billions every year spreading propaganda that there's nothing wrong with their vaccines and potions and deplatforming anyone who tries to reveal the truth. Their reach is so great that they even managed to coerce all the doctors in this hospital into parroting their lies. So I had them all fired.
Oh my! Well, thank you so much for warning us about this, Dr. Kitchell.
That's Mr. Kitchell to you.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Kitchell. But if we can't use a vaccine, how can I protect Timmy from withering?
Oh, that's easy. All you need to cure the withering effect is raw cow milk.
I haven't been able to break blocks ever since I swam near this underwater temple.
Drink some raw cow milk.
I drank some weird soup I found in the desert, and now I have trouble seeing.
I prescribe raw cow milk.
I just tried cottage cheese for the first time, and now I have a stomachache.
Drink this entire crate of raw cow milk.
I installed a weird mod and now my skin feels wrong.
Drink raw cow milk.
I have a stomachache for some reason, and I don't remember how I got here.
Drink 2 crates of raw cow milk.
I got a fever!
The only prescription is more cow milk.
I got shot by a stray arrow and now everything's moving too fast for me.
I haven't got here for some reason, and I don't remember how I stomachache.
Since you cut most of our funding, the CZC doesn't have enough resources to contain this outbreak. We need more weakness potions and golden apples.
I got a better idea. Light 'em up, ladies.
We now return to Jake Eyes Plays Elden Ring. The EXE has raw data in Audacity.
Hey, watch where you're going.
Oh, sorry ma'am. My eyesight's not so good right now. I can barely make out my own hands.
You should probably get a seeing eye dog or something.
Oh no, ma'am, I don't need one of those. My blindness is temporary. Doctor says all I need is a bucket of raw milk every day and my vision should come back in a few weeks.
What? Raw milk won't help your vision. You need an eye drop potion to cure blindness, not raw milk. Your doctor's a quack.
But it's true. Raw milk can cure all kinds of things. The doctor prescribed it to me to cure my mining fatigue.
And did it work?
Well, he said my fatigue should clear up in a few weeks if I keep drinking it, so not yet, but I'm sure it will.
And did it occur to you that your fatigue could just go away on its own by then? And if it did, how would you know that you got better normally if you're expecting the milk to cure it? Did you consider that this so-called doctor could just be trying to trick you into crediting raw milk for a recovery that was going to happen anyway?
Oh yeah? Well, did you consider that you can use that same line of thinking to make the exact opposite point? Because if you think we're all gonna get better on our own, then how would you know if the milk did help?
We know when treatments do help because we've done boatloads of peer-reviewed scientific research and repeatable tests that empirically prove their effectiveness. And that research shows that potions cure sickness, not raw cow milk.
But we can't use potions. Didn't you hear? Potions cause noobism.
No, they don't. They found out that the guy who wrote the paper that linked noobism to potions was a fraud.
That's just what the potion industry wants you to think. Every year, they spend billions covering up the noobism connection to prevent the truth from hurting their potion and noobism treatment interests.
No, people don't contract noobism like it's an infection or something. It doesn't work that way. Noobism emerges as a natural consequence of people just being bad at Minecraft when they first start playing.
Then how do you explain the recent rise in noobism diagnoses?
That only happened because it's become so trendy to call other players noobs lately that people started applying the word to anyone who plays even slightly less than perfect. It's not because the players on the server are any more lousy at this game than they were before.
Well, I think you've explained your position well enough. At this point, the only question I have left for you is, are you an unwitting pawn of Big Posha, or are you in on their scheme?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Don't use potions if you don't want to. But for the love of Jeb, don't drink raw cow milk. It'll give you salmonella or listeria.
I'm not afraid of a little tummy ache. Besides, fighting off an extra bug will make my immune system stronger.
What? Your immune system doesn't get stronger from winning fights. It's not a Pokemon. In fact, when your immune system fights off an infection, it does a tiny bit of permanent damage to your organs. It breaks down your muscles for protein. So it literally makes you weaker in two different ways.
But I thought your body gets better at fighting diseases that it already fought before.
Yeah, but teaching your body how to fight one disease doesn't make it any better at fighting any other ones.
Okay, but at least my immune system would be better equipped to deal with at least one disease.
Are you saying you want to deliberately infect yourself with a disease so that you'll be better at fighting it later? What would be the point of doing that? What risk would you be avoiding that you wouldn't have already subjected yourself to? If you just waited for the disease to infect you on accident like normal, at least there'd be a chance that you never get infected in the first place. If you want to proactively prepare your body for a specific disease, that's what vaccines are for.
But we can't use vaccines. Vaccines cause noobism.
Oh, forget it! I give up. Go contract salmonella for all I care. Just make sure you keep your diarrhea far away from me.
Let me handle this.
I bet raw cow milk would clear up that lady's sinus infection.
Hey folks, I heard you guys are big on medical milk.
Yeah, the new doctor showed us that raw milk can cure all kinds of things.
Well, I think there's something else about it you might want to know.
What, that it'll give us salmonella? We don't care about that.
No, it's something much more sinister than salmonella. Something the dairy industry's been trying to keep under wraps for years.
Really? What's that?
A study on the chemical composition of raw dairy milk found a compound that no one ever noticed before because it gets broken down during the pasteurization process. This newly discovered compound helps calves grow into adults. But it turns out, it also works on players too, because when a player consumes this compound in high enough doses, it acts as a mutagen that gradually transforms them into a cow.
That's ridiculous.
But it's true! And even worse, the dairy industry knows this and is intentionally exposing people to their raw mutagenic milk to turn them into cows so they can haul them away to milk them on their farms. You can read all about it in this book.
I think if that was happening, we'd have heard about it on the news or something.
News agencies aren't covering it because Big Milk pays them billions every year to keep quiet. But you can tell it's happening because NBT data shows that the number of cows on this server is on the rise.
Oh yeah, I read about that somewhere.
If people were turning into cows and getting shipped off to dairy farms, wouldn't we notice that people were missing?
Well, you know how people on TV keep complaining about the admin banning people from the server without a trial? Those are the people getting sent to the farms. The admin is covering it up because the dairy lobby is one of his biggest election campaign donors.
Oh, I think I read about that too.
Guys, I can feel points on the top of my head. I think I'm growing horns.
Look! Your skin's got a black and white piebald pattern!
That guy just mooed. He just mooed like a cow.
That quack son of a glitch is turning us into cows. He's in the pocket of Big Milk.
I'm going to submit a polite but firm in-person complaint to accentuate my discontent as a result of this oversight. Who's with me?
Let's see how this new doctor likes the taste of his own medicine.
What's going on here? There's no way all of you have appointments now.
We know all about your scheme, Doc.
Yeah, the jig is up.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You're trying to mutate us into cows for the dairy industry.
Yeah.
What? How am I turning you into cows?
That raw cow milk you gave us contains mutagens that are slowly transforming us.
No, it doesn't. Why would you think that?
There's a compound in raw cow milk that makes baby cows mutate into adult cows, but it can also mutate players into cows too.
That's ridiculous. Baby cows don't contract adulthood like it's an infection or something. It doesn't work that way. They become adults as a natural consequence of aging like all other creatures after they first start living.
Oh yeah? Then why does the NBT data show that there's an increase in cow entities on this server?
That only happened because it became so trendy to build personal cow farms after Slow Joe made his auto beef machine tutorial that people started incorporating them into everything they build. It's not because the players on this server are transforming into cows.
Well, how do we know that Slow Joe and the cow farm trend aren't funded by Big Milk to act as a smokescreen for their nefarious transformation scheme?
Okay, you know what? Fine. Don't listen to facts if you don't want to. I don't need them to convince you of my sincerity. You know why you can believe me when I say raw cow milk won't turn you into a cow? Because I drink it myself on the reg. Here, I'll show you right now. See? No mutagens in this milk. Why, Bessie? Why?
Before I thank the patrons, there's a few causes I want to bring to your attention. Let's get the heaviest one out of the way first. Single mother of 3 Bianca Flynn is probably not going to survive her battle with cancer. She set up a GoFundMe to pay her medical bills and provide for her children. The link to the GoFundMe will be in the description. Next up, that guy George Weidman I mentioned in a few of my older videos is having trouble with his homeowners association. After he complained about Airbnb businesses taking over the complex he lives in on the news, they sent him death threats and gore photos. He talked to some lawyers, and now George thinks that if he can beat them in court, he'll set a precedent for how we deal with corrupt homeowners associations all over the US. So he set up his own GoFundMe to raise funds for the court battle, as well as to support his neighbors struggling to pay the ridiculous expenses their HOA is charging them. He explains all this better in his own video, so I'll link that along with his GoFundMe in the description. And lastly, the Stop Killing Games European Citizens Initiative has until July 31st to collect signatures from EU citizens. When video game companies drop support for always online games, they usually become completely unplayable and lost to history like so many films in the early days of cinema. So this initiative is trying to get the European Union to require video game publishers to make a reasonable effort to leave their games in some kind of playable state when they drop support. At the time I'm recording this, it seems like the initiative already has enough signatures to pass, but there's going to be an audit at the end to make sure everyone who signed is a real person. When that happens, anyone who made a mistake entering their information will have their signature removed. So the Stop Killing Games campaign is still trying to get extra signatures to compensate for that. So if you live in the European Union and you don't want game companies to kill your games after you already paid for them, use the link in the description to find out how to sign the initiative. I looked at the process and it doesn't look like it'll take more than 5 minutes. Thanks for listening. Please support these causes if you can.